Hi, kids. Guess who? Hold on, let me put my spectacles on. Fuck, I tried to make it to like 50. That was the goal. And had I never changed careers, I probably wouldn't have needed. I almost at the point of bifocals. I joke. Anyways, look, I'm trying to load the show here on my phone. Why does this always happen to me? There we go. Welcome to the show. It's Bondzee Live. I'm blind as a bat now. 2 years. All it took is 2 years, just under 2 years of reading off a computer screen and my phone and doing so much work on my phone too. I do way too much work on my phone. And it's a smaller screen, smaller print. It's affected my eyesight. And I had the best eyesight ever. I always used to brag, got 20/20 vision, not a big deal. Look at me go. I could fucking see for miles. I could see the smallest print from the furthest away. Now, I have 3 screens going right now. Okay, for those who can't see, that knows the madness that goes on here at Bondzee Live. We have the baseball game going on a half of the screen on one computer. Then we've got the notes, because I could sit here and spout all night, but y'all need some. You need me dialed in. So I really try to stay focused, because it's and the microdosing is really helping. I really tried. Now it is Bondzee Live, and I can get sidetracked quickly, like the best of them. But I do feel like I'm trying to keep the show more dialed in and give it a nice, easy flow and an even keel, if you know what I mean. Meal. You'll have to excuse me. I'm on. Well, it's not, the CBD gummies don't give you the THC vibe or get you like raging high or anything. But then you top that up with a plethora of acetaminophen and for the pain. It doesn't work, but you at least take it to try and just hope that you get some sort of minimal relief from the nightmare that I'm living ever since I got stabbed with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So for those of you who don't know, 2 weeks ago yesterday, I got the jab, the one-off Johnson & Johnson. Felt fine. Tuesday afternoon, not a big deal. Wednesday was fine. And then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose on Thursday morning. Early too, like 6 a.m. I just done an interview at 4:30 a.m. in the morning here in California on Lachlan Cross's show. And I felt fine. Totally normal, no pain, no nothing. I was like, I floated through this jab thing, no problemo. Oh, kiss of death was that statement. I'll tell you right now, because three hours later when I woke up, just I haven't felt the same since. I have more energy every day for sure. But I'm still, I used to spry out of bed at 6:37 a.m. No, 7:15 at the latest. I'm like, okay, come on, Tubbies, we got to get up and we got works to do. Now, fuck, dude, I wake up at now I don't sleep very well for one. And especially with this, I wake up even more than I did before. Just because if I'm not lying in a coffin like this, then that's the only relief I get, is laying flat out on my back, hands on chest or hands at side. Excuse me. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching. I got another one too coming. Old Popsy, he gets so upset with me when I do the burp ski. Chad Link, thanks for joining the show, buddy. Welcome. It's Bondzee Live. I don't even think I did a proper opening. It's Bondzee Live episode, I think 124. I don't even know anymore. Doesn't matter. Fuck, it's just Bondzee Live from California. Not for much longer though. That hurts. TikTok. The time's a ticking. Old Bondzee's what do you call it? Not green card, but my visa runs out here in 12 days. So what are you doing about that, Bondzee? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have done something about it. So I don't have to be out of here in 12 days, lest anybody think, holy shit, sir, you really are in a predicament, or you got to do something soon. Yes, I do have to do something soon, but not as soon as I thought, because now that I paid $455 US, American dollars, I'm allowed to stay until my application gets either booted right back to Canada, or they say, "Oh, okay, Bondzee, you can stay." They give me a little pat on the back. Okay, good boy, you can stay for 6 more months. So we'll see. Chadling, thanks for watching. Gwen is watching. Big fans. Love all you guys. You guys are the best. I really appreciate it. Wade, as always. Father Wade. He says, as it turns out, the fault may be that of the workout regimen. No, that's such bullshit, Wade. And I don't know who started this. Just because Dr. Mario, who, for those who don't know, I'm on what's his name? Dean Blundell. Oh, yeah, that guy. I'm on his network. You think I'd remember his name? Yeah, that one. So that's payback, because he texted me tonight. He was like, or no, he tweeted. He's like, because they pick on me. They pick on me hard on that show, and they think it bothers me. Him and Locke. Couple of pissers. And listen, I love it. I told Dean today, I said, I promote the fact that I'm going to get a strip torn off me and made fun of today. It's like going to middle school, when you think you're half cool, but you're not really. But the kids are going to pick on you, but it's going to be funny, and you're going to laugh, and they're going to laugh. You don't get beat up or anything, right? Nobody's going to fisticuffs. You're not going home with a black eye. It was the same as this. I got thick fucking skin, bro. I text Dean back. I said, motherfucker, you know what I've been through? I divorced a nightmare. Their family has more money than we can all imagine, and they're bullies. And they bullied me and bullied me and bullied me. I put up with their shit for almost 3 years in court. Beat up. Oh, Bondzee, you got to go to court again next week. Not only taking shots to the head and the face, but also out of the wallet. You know what I mean? Holy shit, them lawyers aren't cheap. 2.5 years. My legal bill, I shouldn't even tell you, but no. Listen, just put it this way. Just under $200,000. Sad to admit, but that's what you got to do when you're being bullied and they're trying to take everything from you. You know what I mean? Not that I had a lot to take, but it's a long story, and I'm not getting into it. So I'm telling you. Addy Ham, how are you, brother? My homie. George Vincent. Hey, Bondzee, skip that second shot today. Good for you. And listen, teach their own. And what he means by that is he was going to go get the second shot, and now because of what I'm going through, he's like, I get no second shot. And listen, you can't blame people. And I'm not sitting here. I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not sitting here going rah rah sis boom bah for an advocate for not. I've never once still said don't go get your shot. Oh, maybe I did. Not on this show. So fuck you. But yeah, maybe in private I might have told George, off just a little longer. I wish I did. It's not that I wish I held off. I wish I didn't get the Johnson. Now, hindsight's 2020. God, I wish I had that old crystal ball. Hey, Mr. Crystal Ball, will I go be in a heap of shit if I get the one off Johnson & Johnson? Will I be paralyzed on the left side of my body and have a droop on my shoulder and have a dead meat arm hanging for the 14 plus days? Will I? Wish I had that answer, because if they said yes, I would have said, fuck you. I'll get the other one. But that didn't happen. So, moving on. Greg Masilli, let's go Bucks. Yeah, we're getting into some football talk. My boy Greg Masilli, too, by the way. Love this guy. Guy's been in you think I'm going through some tough times. This boy hasn't stopped shitting out through the eye of a needle. He's been in the hospital in Nicaragua, too, of all places. Now, listen. Yes. I'm almost ashamed to admit this because everybody's going to go, oh, I fucking knew it. I'm not surprised. Yes, Bondzee spent some time in a Nicaraguan hospital. Had a brief little stint, if you will. My boy Masili here has got a nasty little virus, I guess, and poor bastard's been locked up in a hospital where apparently too, and I've been following the poor bastard's situation here. Here's a pisser. If you go to Nicaragua, folks, make sure you pack some extra toilet paper because they don't supply it anymore in the hospital. So if you have a room, and God forbid you should ever have to get admitted to a Nicaraguan hospital overnight, especially in the San Juan area. I'm not saying it's a horrible hospital and stuff. It's just not, your regular Toronto hospital or your Edmonton hospital or wherever you're watching from. Guy's probably picking up more fucking diseases there than he's already got, for Christ's sakes. Greg, all jokes aside, listen, and I'm just joking, Nicaragua. I know I have fans that watch from Nicaragua, Nicaraguans. I love the place. I hope to come soon. I would have already been there hadn't it been for this immigration nonsense. Anyways, Greg says, good stuff, bro. Miss you, man. Listen, dude, I hope you feel better. I really, really, really do. I have lived on and off in Nicaragua for 3+ years. I have had some serious stomach and poopy issues, if you will. It happens when you live in these countries. It's part of the living in paradise, if you will. And you're a good dude. You're healthy. You've got a wonderful woman who's taking care of you. So I wish you all the best. Stay safe and don't be getting no more diseases and stuff. All right. We'll talk soon. Miss you, love you. Go Bucks. Definitely. Now, but we're getting to football later, but I will say, because I know you're watching and you're probably in and out with the drugs you're on, but Packers first and foremost. It's going to be my boy Aaron Rodgers last season as a quarterback in Green Bay. I don't think that's any secret. The writing's on the wall. He refused a ginormous 5-year contract extension in the offseason. I was like, fuck you. Take your money and shove it where the sun don't shine. Because he's upset with the organization. And so I don't know what I'm going to do come next season. Anyways, go Packers, but go Bucks. I'm a Tom Brady fan through and through. So I don't care. Addy Ham, go Pack too. Love you, bro. See, this dude just trips cool, this Addy Ham guy. And who's Addy Ham? Well, he's a chef extraordinaire, first and foremost, musician extraordinaire, and the guy loves the Packers, and he's a friend of mine. So that's who he is. And Marie, thanks for watching as well. You guys are the best. George Vincent says, miss you, Greg. Yeah, for sure. My boy George watching. Are you still in North Carolina? Somewhere in the Carolinas? I love the Carolinas. South, north, don't matter. Great scenery. Golf courses, a plethora of golf courses over that away, if you will. But anyways, yeah. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second because I'm reading stupid stuff from my producer. Patrick Mahomes will get the MVP, won't win, but still, we'll get to football. Settle down. He gets a little excited, old producer Glassy. Look at him. He's all excited. You can take that helmet and shove it up here.
Yeah. They're not winning much.
Sorry. That's enough of that, folks? The best part is that producer, I'm still in charge. This is my show. I run the board here, pal. I joke. I love the dude. George says, yes, Ocean Isle Beach. Can we have an address, please? Folks, feel free to go visit my friend George Vincent on Ocean's Isle Beach. Sounds like a lovely place. Leaving for Columbia on Friday. Oh, shit, folks, if you want to go see him, you better hurry. Columbia. Wow, buckle up, mister. I heard there's some new crazy virus coming out of Columbia. What's it called? It's something simple, too. It's like the bar or something, like, or I don't know. I can't remember. I caught wind of it earlier today, but I've had a lot going on, okay? So just that's enough. Deep breath, Gregory. Great guest come. I haven't even promoted the guest, and I got to bring him on like 1 minute because the guy said there, he's like, do you know what fucking time it is at PI, pal? I got to get to fucking bed. Gripes. I got to work in the morning. That would be Alan Dalton, friend of mine, musician extraordinaire, musician lover, and also can play the harmonica like a champion. And Bondzee, I kind of messed up. I know, shocking. Yeah, I always have the greatest intentions of drinking hot water with the show. I learned this from Howard Stern. And the same problem, you put it in this mug, which is $4, and your hot water in the back of the bus. It's kind of cold. I like it, and I get the fans going. Your hot water doesn't stay hot very long, so it becomes room temperature water, if you will, and it just doesn't have the same effect. But it's water nonetheless. And the more water Tubby drinks, the skinnier I'm gonna get. That's what all the watery people say anyway. Anyways. Oh, Gregory. Special guest Alan Dalton coming up shortly. Kelly Monahan says, did you get new glasses, Gregory? No. And I can't find my Sally Jesse Raphael ones. See, I can't see far without these. There's so many things going on in my life. I am so miserable because of the fucking pain I'm in. And I just don't have time to search around for glasses, and these happen to be the closest thing by. Wait, I ordered some fancy new glasses on Amazon. I did. They haven't shown up. I think, you know what happened? I ordered them, and then you have that moment of things, and I had a list like this long of things I ordered from Amazon. I'm not a big Amazon buyer fella, if you will, but when you haven't left the bus in 2+ weeks, sorry, Dad. Excuse me, folks. I did go to the football game. I got some great footage, but I suffered. And then, I don't know if I didn't mention this yet. My buddy, my boy here in Palm Desert, he's got a broken pinky finger. Jammed his back last time I was golfing with him when I could golf. Oh, Bondzee, come on, let it out, son. Just slow down and take deep breaths. Shall we do 5 seconds of yoga, folks? Deep breaths with me. Ready? In through the mouth. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and out through the nose. One more time. You'll feel so much better, I promise. One more time. Hold it, and go. Double exhale through the nose and the mouth. There's got to be a job, right? I think assholes do that for a living, like on a tape or something. Now just listen to my soft voice as I will lull you to sleep. Tucker's sitting here going, dude, you are crazy. Okay, enough. I don't even know where I am. Okay, without further ado, he's like, Bondzee, I'm still here, bro. Folks, I would like to welcome you, Alan Dalton, all the way from PEI Canada, by the way.
Good day,
How are
sir.
you, man? Sorry to
Doing
keep
good.
you waiting. Sometimes I just get going and get all excited and yeah, so sorry for the delay.
It's entertaining, though. That's the main thing.
Well, and that's what we're kind of here for, I think, at the end of the day, isn't it, Alan?
Yep, yep, for sure. You know, the burps are
Wow,
awesome.
you're a barrel of excitement. I can see those 3 lines I saw you snort just a minute ago are really kicking in.
No,
I
they don't
joke,
have
folks. I joke. Alan is not snorting cocaine before his interview with Bondzee.
too many potatoes for dinner.
Yeah, I guess a little tired. And so what time is it in old PEI right now?
It is 10:21 p.m.
10:21. It's 6 years old. Wow, 4 hours difference. Jesus. Okay, so I won't. I know you got to get to bed and stuff. So, anyways, welcome to the show. It's Bondzee Live on Trippin With Bondzee and the Dean Blundell Network. And dude, I met you through a mutual friend of ours, Sean Strutt,
Yes,
whose
sir.
birthday it is tomorrow. So quick happy birthday to Sean. Hopefully
Yes.
he's watching. I can't keep up right now with. I am ADHD up the ass, dude. I think the worst thing is I have like 14 things going on and 3 screens in front of me. So, makes it a little hard to focus sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine.
So listen, we met through Sean. We because I was in Hamilton. Sean lives in Hamilton. You lived in Hamilton before your crazy move to PI.
In Mississauga, actually.
Oh yes, you started Mississauga, and then you were Sean's neighbor, correct?
Well, no. Sean lived in Mississauga, and we worked together.
And
Okay.
okay.
That's how I got to know Sean.
But did you ever not? I thought you were Sean's neighbor on. I almost gave out his address. On the upper mountain, shall we say? You were never Sean's neighbor up there?
No, I never lived in.
Oh shit! So every time we jammed and stuff at Sean's house, you made that trek from Mississauga.
Yeah.
How did I miss that? I thought you lived next door.
Sean's like one of my best friends, man. It's worth going out to visit.
Yeah, for sure. Wicked dude, wicked musician. I love the guy too. I've known him since grade. God, I can't remember. Grade 5, maybe 4, 6, somewhere in that areas. But I was young, and now we're old, dude. We're all on the pushing that 50 train. And anyways, we always had a great time jamming. You played the guitar, right?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, but your go-to, your forte, if you will, is the old mouth organ, the harmonica.
I'm not great at it, but it's fun.
Yes.
It's fun. It's fun to play.
You're a humble bastard. But so where does one along the way just go? I'm not so great at guitar, or I'm just not feeling it, and man, I really love to pick up that little silver thing over there and blast my spit into it.
Well, if Neil Young and Tom Petty can do it,
well, there you go. And you know what? It's funny, but it's not only, you just mentioned 2 superstars, but Gord Downing played the harmonica.
That's right.
Steven Tyler plays the harmonica, and so many others. It's a wonderful little gadget, isn't it?
but they don't play it the way like a John Popper did, or
no, for sure. John Poplar of the Blues Traveler, of course. That guy could play the mouth flute like a champion.
Yeah, he's way beyond just throwing that thing around your neck and playing the guitar. Yeah.
And so you pick it up as a hobby, but dude, you are in all, I know you are pretty humble, but you're pretty good at it. And so you still play to this day. How many harmonicas do you have? Like, is there, because I know there's different keys and stuff. So what would be in one's collection?
I just got like a beginner kit with all the basic keys in it.
Okay.
And so it's just so I can jump from key to key and get an idea of what I'm playing and how to play it. And, There's all kinds of other keys that I don't have, like flats and majors and stuff like that a John Popper would have. Like, he probably has that thing around his waist or his
so if you were a John Popper kind of deal and stuff, how many harmonicas would he get? Because like he wears like kind of a strap thing, almost like like that bullet thing. If you were Rambo, he's the harmonica guy. Like, he's the legit Rambo of harmonicas.
He'd probably have quite a few, at least 20 or 30, probably.
Come on, that many?
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe somebody else can help answer this question, and let's see how many he has. I would like to welcome to the show, folks. Without further ado, it's his first time ever appearing on Bondzee Live. Welcome to the show, Lachlan Cross.
Bondzee!
I'd clap, but I can't lift my left arm. I'm trying to clap for you.
I'll give you
one of these claps.
How you doing?
Welcome. Yeah,
Alan,
man, good.
Nice
How are
to
you?
meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you, too. How are you?
That light behind
Alan
me
Dalton.
is awful. I'm going to go turn it off. Hang on one sec.
Yeah, sure. And I thought behind me was going to say, folks, don't mind my ginormous porn collection. Anyways, Alan, Lachlan Cross is the morning host of Cruise FM, 95.7 Cruise FM out of Edmonton.
Okay.
I have the pleasure with joining Locke once, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, even if Dean's feeling frisky. And Lachlan joined.
You've been a really consistent contributor. Because
Yeah,
we don't
it's
have
been-
James on the we don't have James on Wednesdays because he's got to work from the prison library.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last Friday, and I'm shameless plug here, but you were off. I don't know where you were off gallivanting to, drunk in some bar.
I had a charity event thing that I had to do.
Okay. And James wasn't there, but for the first time ever, it was just me and old Diener.
You know what? I watched that, and it was good. You did a good job, buddy. You did a great job.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. You sent me some kudos, and that meant the world to me. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking the time to join me now. And Alan, I'll let you know why Lachlan joined us. Lachlan,
you have one of those mics, Alan?
I don't.
I would get one. It's a bullet mic.
For playing harmonica?
Yeah.
So Lachlan,
or you use do you just use a 58?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I use that bullet mic. I have for a lot of years. I have an amp too that I got made for me years and years ago that kind of gives me a bit of a canned heat sound that I like.
Cool. So, I know a couple of really good harmonica players personally. I know Chuck Jackson a little bit.
Okay.
Of the Downchild Blues Band, who you're probably familiar with.
No, I don't know him, but I know of him. He's quite decent as well. You were talking about John Popper.
Yeah.
The thing about John that a lot of people don't realize is that he can pick up a harp, and he can just, because it's in fours, right? And you've got, if you're smart enough to know what the keys are, you can play a harmonica. You can play straight, or you can play the fourth, the chromatic, right? And John's good enough that he can just pick up any fucking harmonica and play whatever the hell he wants, right? And he knows where the notes are on the harmonicas. So quite often you'll see him flipping out harmonicas. And because he knows that he can play different keys from different harmonicas, where I'm kind of stuck in one sort of, I'm sort of stuck in one world. I don't play straight harp very well. Like, I don't do the Neil Young shit. Like, if it's in E, he's playing E. I mean, I got to stick to the fourth. So if it's in A, I'm in D. If it's in C, I'm in G. Like, I got to stick to that, or I'm totally lost. And not only that, I don't read a stitch of music, so I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I just play by ear completely, 100%. So I just sort of follow along. But yeah, Popper is the same. Like, he pulls harps out all the time, and you'll see him flipping harps, right? You talked about that thing?
Yeah.
And he's not using, like, if I pulled that harp out that he was using on that song, I'd be fucked. I wouldn't know where to go. But he knows where to go on it because he knows enough about where the notes are that he can pick it out, right?
And is that from being able to read music, or is that just from talent and practice?
Popper plays, so he writes, he composes, from what I know. I also think, from what I remember about John, he's lost a lot of weight too, eh? Have you seen pictures of him lately?
I haven't. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, really? He lost a shit ton of weight. Because he was.
What are we talking? A couple hundo pounds or what?
Yeah.
He's skinny now.
Yeah, he was huge.
No way. So, let's get Glassy on that. He'll pop us up a picture in a second here, hopefully. So
he was 400 tipping the scales, 350.
Had to be.
And he's a tall guy from what I know too. So he shed a lot of weight, and but he plays piano. I think he has so he has he has an ear for it, right? Whereas I am a fucking total noob.
Does being able to play the piano help with a harmonica? Like, do those two?
No,
part of my musical ignorance, but.
Dude, there's just guys between the two? No. I'll tell you what, there's just guys out there that are just good. They're just they're unbelievable, and they can do anything. Like apparently Paul McCartney's a bit like this. Dave Grohl's like this. Like you just put them in a room with instruments and give them enough time, they'll figure it out, right?
Right.
Yeah, and like I know a lot of guys that can't read music at all. They just have an ear. And I got it in my family too. Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. Look at him. Wow, he's quite a bit older now too, eh?
Yeah, well, shit. He was popular back when I was in high school, dude. And I hate to date myself. I'm 48 next week, which is
roundabout.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. But yeah,
what's the big tune?
It's wild.
Run Around.
Run Around. Sorry, I knew I had it wrong. Roundabout. Yeah. That's a yes song, isn't it? Yeah, Run Around was released in 94, Alan?
I think it was 95 maybe, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, that record, he was in his sort of heyday at that point, right?
Yeah.
There's a video of him on YouTube playing Lowrider, and he goes into this like 10-minute long like harmonica solo, and it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good harmonica players out there. Like Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes is a wicked harmonica player. Mick Jagger from the Stones was always very good at bass piano. Yeah. And there's a lot of guys that sort of flew under the radar, right? And there's a lot of bands that were big bands, like that started out as blues bands that ended up doing something different that you have no idea, right?
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
Stevie Wonder's quite awesome at it too.
Stevie is a great bass piano player. Hang on, what?
So how many mouth organs do you have, Locke, in your collection?
I don't know. I got 10, 12.
Really, eh? Wow. Good for you.
So Jay Giles Band is another one.
Yeah, sure. There you go.
They were a blues band previous to their 80s thing, because what we know of Jay Giles is like Centerfold and stuff like that. But if you go back into the 70s Jay Giles shit and you dig into that catalog, they had a wicked harmonica player in that outfit. And I've always tried to copy that sort of sound. I have, like I said, I have this amp that was made for me, and I kind of got this. It breaks up a bit when I'm playing it, and I get this kind of whammer jammer sound. A highly inappropriate song nowadays, just based on the beginning. We don't need to get into it, but yeah. That fucking guy had a wicked harmonica sound that I sort of tried to mimic over the years.
Right on. So. Oh man, I lost my train of thought because
I keep a bag. I got the old whiskey bag, and I keep these with me all the time. So, I just keep the major keys.
There you go. Your drinking paid off in some aspect.
Yeah, go ahead. It was Magic Dick you were looking for. That was
Magic Dick. Thank you, Glassy. Thank you.
I'm out.
Unbelievable harmonica player. Yeah. And then the other record I always tell people to listen to is if your Robert Plant does play a bit of harmonica as well. Yeah, thank you, Wade.
With the field goal there.
But chip shot from old Wade.
Yeah, Robert Plant played too, by the way.
Wade, we can pick on Wade. Anyway,
no, dude. Hey, and you know what? It's allowed because he shoots pop shots at me day.
He shit talks me on the morning show every day too.
I bet.
He goes in and shit talks this.
But he's really good at it too, by the way. We got to give Wade his props.
There's definitely some skill from Wade in that department. Some guys are better shit talkers than others. Wade is he's got some good chops. Yeah. Oh, there's Wade.
He's a pretty little thing, isn't he, old Wade? So. Now, Lachlan, Alan, I apologize to Locke. I was gonna have like a harmonica do-off, if you will, or like a jam sesh, but because it's my friend Alan here, Locke, is in PEI, and it's rather late there. His wife and dog are sleeping, so
you can't play harmonica.
No, he'll get killed, and he'll have about as much sex as I will, which is 0.0. And
I can play though. I still
Alan.
got a little bit of time before the wife goes to bed because it's a little bit earlier here.
Super.
There we go. Little fucking bass piano for you.
Wow, there we go. My boy Locke. Anyways, it was a pleasure to have you on the show, dude. And
thank you, brother.
We're gonna have to do something where we can get my boy Alan and you doing a duo,
little battle, Alan.
Yeah, for sure. Is it what would you call it? It's not like you guys are going at each other with the harmonica, but like, is there when you're jamming with the guitar stuff? It's called a jam session. Is it still the same term with harmonica fellas?
I've done it over. I can't remember what it's called. I've jumped up on stage with quite a few other harmonica players, and it's just you just wank away, right? The thing is, the problem with the harmonica, and this is something that I have learned over the years, right? It's one of those instruments that it's good in doses, in small doses, and you'll get a sense of that from guys that play it and they've been playing for years. And that they know this because it doesn't end up in a lot of songs. Like if you listen to Little Rooster by the Rolling Stones, right? Like I can fucking wail all the way through that song. If somebody gives me that and says, go, it's in G, I'm in C, let's go, let's wail on this bad boy, right? And I can play along with that song, no problem, through the whole song. But Mick recorded that song. He only plays on the last 30 seconds of it. And I know Mick over the years, Keith has tried to get Mick to play more harmonica on Stone songs, and he doesn't. So he picks his spots, and it's smart. I think it was a tactic of theirs when they were recording and when they were producing music. So it's one of those instruments that if there's a set and Locke gets up and wails a bit on harmonica for a song, go sit down and have a couple of beers, come back in the next set, play one more. You don't want me fucking wailing away because it can be grating. It can be too much. Yeah. That's my thought on it, right? And I think that's the thing about harmonica is it's good in doses. So having and that's the problem. Every jam, and that's why I don't go to a lot of jams. I stopped going years ago. My schedule doesn't allow it anymore. But it was always too much. And the harmonica players are the worst. They're always the most fucking annoying guys at jams.
Well, except my buddy Alan, I have to admit.
Alan, I don't know you.
He's this motherfucker, but
I'm sure you're not the annoying one, but any band I've ever been in, they all hate the harmonica player. So it's usually me.
But there's always one. Well, dude, thank you so much for joining us real quick. That little jam, dude, you got some skills. Who knew?
There you go. There we go. What I gotta do now is I gotta do the intro for the Dean Blundell podcast. Redo it so we don't have that long, stupid 1 minute. Maybe just me wailing harmonica for 6 minutes at the front end of every podcast. No, you wouldn't. Now, how do I get out of here? Glassy,
I'll get you out of here. It's I'll boot them out. Lachlan Cross, everybody, from 95.7 Cruise FM out of Edmonton. He's a talent, Alan. I figured you'd love him, and I did. I should have asked you first, but I didn't realize the time difference. I knew there was a time difference. I didn't realize that you wouldn't be able to rock the mouth organ, if you will. So, what a fun dude, though.
Next time I'll be in a different venue when I do it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll or we could pre-record something and have it done too. Because so let's get right into PEI then, dude. You're living in Mississauga. Life's good. you coming up to Strutters. We'd always hang out and jam when I came down from Aurelia. And then all of a sudden I see this nonsense. You go with a PEI. And I say nonsense because Mississauga, dude, let's not kid anybody. It's just on the outskirts of Toronto where there's a plethora to do. There's so much going on. You were involved in OHL. You love concerts more than anybody I know besides me. And then you moved to the furthest place away from OHL and concerts.
Well, it's
why?
It's got a lot to do with, well, the wife got a really good job here. Okay. It is progressively getting impossible to afford to live in Ontario.
Yeah, right.
It's getting incredibly expensive. The PEI is not a strange place to me. My dad's from here, and I still have lots of family here. So I know a lot of people. And in terms of concerts, there is an amazing stream of talent here on this island that is just amazing. And one that comes right up to you, there is this tragically hip cover band that plays here called Fabulously Rich.
Okay.
And I thought they sounded better than the hip sometimes. That their singer sounds exactly like Gord. No difference.
Wow.
Like, they're just so good. They announced 3 shows this week. They're sold out already.
Jesus, that's crazy.
They're done every time they play. They're sold out. They do a really good array of hip songs. They don't just do the popular ones, like they do Vaccination Scar. And they really run the gamut on the hip library.
So I guess what I meant in terms of concerts and music scene and stuff is the big stuff. And I guess that's one thing I should have known about you, Alan, is you're always not so much about the mainstream stuff, if you will. You love the blues, the indie bands and stuff, if you will. So, I guess PEI almost might just be the spot for you, pal.
Well, the one thing I do miss is Hamilton's own Festival of Friends. I used to love going to that.
Well, Hamilton's got it. It's its own music scene in itself, and it really has exploded. I mean, and I guess I shouldn't even say it's exploded, because even when I was a teenager, I was in a rock band. I was a lead singer with my locks of flowing. When I had huge locks back then. God, that was great times. Great times back in high school. Anyways, I reminisce there for a second.
Hess Village was awesome at this one time. Wasn't
dude, there's everywhere you went. Hess Village. Then you had George Street too. And then you had the harder areas down, like right downtown. I remember playing a bar right downtown Hamilton on King Street, rough and tough area, if you will. And then it would be like, but it was a popular spot, and you went and saw cool indie bands there and stuff.
Yep.
It's just a great music spot for sure. So, yeah, I can see how you'd miss that. So, well, what is the music scene other than, like, are you in a populated area of PEI or what?
I'm in Charlottetown. It's the capital city.
And
amazing restaurants, amazing live music.
Do they have seafood there?
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I joke.
The other cool live music.
I think they do.
The other awesome live music venue is like 2 hours from here, up in a little place called Skinner's Pond, Prince Edward Island, home of Stompin' Tom.
Oh wow!
And there is a Stompin' Tom Center up there with a live music venue, and they get some pretty awesome acts up there.
That's cool. So how far are you from George Street Festival in Newfoundland then? Is that just a quick boat trip over, or?
It's a boat trip. I wouldn't say it's a quick one.
No, eh? What are we talking?
I think it's an 8-hour boat ride.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah.
I've been to PEI. I've never skipped across the pond over to Newfoundland or Newfoundland. Depends who you're talking to, though. You get beat up for saying the wrong things around some people.
We went to Nova Scotia on the weekend, actually.
Corktown, Andy. Sorry, my boy just gave me the name of that bar. It was the Corktown. Do you remember the Corktown in Hamilton? That was a little bit of a rough and tough spot, you know. If you sucked playing on that stage, they were going to let you know about it.
I got to know the bars in Hamilton thanks to Strutter.
Yeah, definitely. Our boy Strutter played every bar back then. I mean, I only played a select few, and then my musical career didn't last too long. But it was a fun time while it lasted. And then me living in Hamilton didn't last too much longer. As soon as I graduated high school, I was out. I drifted off to Banff for 2 years, came back, went straight to Toronto, and then right from Toronto up to Aurelius. So as I got to see from the outside looking in, and would see my friends. Oh, my dog, he's making so much noise. I'm trying to do a show here, bud. I'd see all my friends playing there and having a grand old time. I'm like, oh man, I remember playing there. I miss those little places and stuff. But yeah, so there's got to be some cool holes in the walls, or even kind of cooler venues in PI. Yeah.
Oh, there's amazing. There's a place here called the Trailside in downtown Charlottetown. You'll get everybody big there. It's quite amazing.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, it's funny because I had no idea that the music scene was so big in PEI. Because, listen, it's not exactly on the, on the main trail.
Well, it's not just Stompin' Tom and Anne Murray out here in the Maritimes anymore. There's a lot. Like, I mean, Sloan came from out this way, and
yeah,
you remember Haywire, don't you?
Haywire. Oh yes, of course. Yes.
They're from Charlottetown, and all the guys
really
all still live out here, and they get together and play every once in a while.
And then you got like the likes of Ashley McIsaac. There's so many other bands. I mean,
that's the old Trailside. The picture on there, that was the old Trailside. It's now in downtown Charlottetown.
Oh, okay.
Cool. But that apparently was quite a popular spot.
Nice. One. So when you're a big music lover, dude. I don't know. I'm not sure I know of another fella that's been to more concerts, and not even mainstream concerts. Again, to go back, your love of music, dude. I really don't know if I know another fella that loves music as much as you. So where did this come from? Your mother and father growing up? Like, was there records on every Sunday or every day?
Oh yeah, there was always records growing up. My parents raised me on the old country music from the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Sorry about that.
And then my sister's influence started hitting me. She was into the Beatles and Bowie and Stevie Ray Vaughan, who made me love blues. And then my brother's influence, he got me into the 80s hair metal, and I got into that. Then I started developing my own taste and discovering the new wave bands that I liked, and it just goes on and on. And there's so much music I love, and it's not all popular like big bands. Like, I like little bands, and there's lots of cool stuff
that's what I was saying. I mean, dude, you could host your own podcast radio show yourself. Your knowledge of music, sir, is next to none. You know, like when we jammed a lot at Strutters, you would just go on and talk about, I went and saw this band, and you'd rhyme off these crazy names that, I mean, I'm a music lover, but I guess it's more of I've always been in music, but I'm more mainstream, Yeah. You strike me, you're more of a Strombolopolis type of fella, if you will. And there's that different types. There's guys like me who are more focused on the big bands, the bigger names and stuff, and love that. And then there's guys like you and Strombo and so many more. Bookie would be a perfect example of that delved more into the indie side of the music and stuff, which is awesome in its own right, bro?
Well, it's for all the good bands you hear on the radio, there's 20 more that
are just as good,
amazing.
But didn't get the shot. Right?
And if you walk into a bar on Queen Street, you can see them. Or even in Hamilton, for that matter. You could walk into a bar in Hamilton on any given night and find an amazing band you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And they just blow you away with the way they play. And sometimes they play covers, but they play some originals. And they're selling CDs there, so you're like, oh, I'm going to pick that CD up.
Yeah, for sure. The Sheeple Shepherd podcast says the Corktown is the oldest licensed pub in the city, still operating 80 plus years. No way. My boy Sheeple Shepherd podcast, that's Ryan. A plethora of knowledge himself, if you will. Smart guy. Love that guy. Love his support, and appreciate all the kind words and messages he sent me through these trials and tribulations that I'm currently going through.
Hamilton's where Conway Twitty got his start.
No way. See, and that's the thing, dude. You know more. Okay, tell me some of your like craziest music stories that some of us like. You were about to, and I cut you off. I apologize, but it's kind of what I do. I'm shot out of a cannon when I'm seen live.
That's what's awesome about your show.
Roll us through some like Conway Twitty or like some crazy stories that, because you've seen it all.
I've seen quite a bit. Yeah, you could say that. Well, yeah. Anyway, Conway Twitty was doing rockabilly music at first, and that's what he was doing in Hamilton before he moved to the States and became big. But yeah, I mean, my favorite band of all time is Spirit of the West, and I've seen them countless. I'd say almost 20 times, and probably
wow,
great band. I'm probably in Hamilton about 4 times. I've seen them in Hamilton about 4 times, and I group them in with the Tragically Hip and Rush because those are 3 bands that all ended the same year.
Oh,
if you think about it, wow. And all because of illness in the band.
Yeah, I think you and I actually had a private conversation about this, if memory serves me correct. Because I know, like, I love Rush, you love Rush, and then it was, you just mentioned it was Rush. Oh, my brains. I'm sorry, I'm staring at 1,000 words here, but yeah, it all ties in with. That was a crazy year of sadness for losing some musical icons, wasn't it?
It was, like, and they're all gone. Like, I think John Mann from Spirit of the West was one of the best singers I've ever heard. Yeah. Underrated. I don't think he got the attention he deserved. I thought that band should have been way bigger. They were more than just the one song everybody knows too. Like if you dove into their music.
Do you think it's because maybe they didn't want to be that big and they were just fine with being where they were, Alan?
I think that had a lot to do with it as well. Like I know
it's almost like the Hip in the States. You know, they were never huge there. They loved to play there and did in smaller venues, which I think they probably almost enjoyed more sometimes, the intimacy and maybe the not being so recognized everywhere they went in the United States. And listen, to this day, like, I mean, the Hip never really broke through in the United States of America.
But then it's another one of those things. There's a lot of American musicians who are they know who the Hip is.
Yeah.
Like when Gord Downey died.
Sure.
When Gord Downey died, Pearl Jam played tribute to them.
Yeah, they did. I remember, I think the drummer wore the Gord Downey t-shirt.
Yeah. And I remember Eddie Vedder,
Eddie Vedder made a tribute.
Yep. So, like, I wouldn't have known Pearl Jam. He'd even know who the Hip was, but they did.
Right,
There's a lot of things you didn't know. Like, who else was a fan? A lot of the guys were fans of theirs. I actually met Gordon Lightfoot one night, and he talked to me about Gord. He was hanging out with Gord at a Blue Rodeo concert at Massey Hall about
another great band, by the way.
2 months before he died. And he said Gord was looking good at the time, and he had a nice chat with him. And I thought I was just going to say hi to Gordon Lightfoot. He gnawed my ear off for half an hour.
No way.
And we talked about hockey.
Hey, Gordon, I gotta go, dude. Are you ever going to shut the fuck up?
Oh, he liked my hockey sweater, and we talked about hockey for half an hour. It was crazy.
Well, because that's another passion of yours, and we'll delve into that in a hot second here. But Sheeple Shepherd podcast, my boy Ryan says, we are also the home of the Grant Avenue studio, Gordon Lightfoot, Bruce Coburn, Ian Thomas, U2, Johnny Cash. Also, like, it goes on and on. The Hamilton music scene was and is a huge deal, and it's probably, I can say, just because of the friends that I have there and that are in the scene, it's probably bigger than ever.
Don't forget Junk House; they were awesome too.
Oh, love Junk House, dude. What's a shine down or shine?
Shine. That was such a good
Shine.
Song.
Oh, I love that, dude. Song.
Actually,
dude.
Before I moved out here, we went to
Tom
see
Wilson.
the Odds. We went to see the Odds at Horseshoe
Another
Tavern.
great band.
And I swear that night, this was like 3 years ago before we moved here, and the Odds had a bunch of guests. They were playing their Good Weird Feeling album front to back, and they had all their friends there. It was like a 90s rock reunion. The Pursuit of Happiness was there. Stephen Page was there. Tom Wilson was there. Sloan was hanging out there, and they all came up and did a song with them. It was fantastic, and The Odds even dedicated their show to Dave Bookman because he had
Bucky.
Away. Yeah,
and I love Junkhouse. Wade says, and Teenage Head, of course. Geez, I was personal friends with the drummer from Teenage Head. He ended up moving up to Coldwater, Ontario, and was dating.
From Coldwater?
Yeah, sure does. Dick's hurt from beating.
Well, you know who's playing drums for Teenage Head now, eh?
No,
the guy who used to play drums for the Killjoys.
Oh, no way!
You met another Hamilton band there.
Yes, of course. So I just had.
They got a good documentary on TV Ontario about the Teenage Head. Have you seen it?
You know what? I am mad at myself because I wrote down a note because my memory is horrendous. I wanted to see that. I meant to see it. I have yet to see it. But thank you for reminding me.
It was excellent. It was so good. I think you can watch it. I
heard it was really well done.
It was. Yeah, I was blown away by it. I learned so much about that band I never knew.
And it's amazing how many musical artists are now living in Hamilton. I just had John Angus from the Trews on not too long ago. I think you saw the show.
I think they're based in Hamilton now. I think
they are based in Hamilton now, each and every one of them. And he rhymed off like, dude, not even 4 or 5 bands in like, you know, somebody like people that you wouldn't even know. He rhymed off huge names and bands that are now in Hamilton. That's there because it's the scene and like the Beaches. There's so many more. I can't even do it justice to the names he rhymed off. But even a Sheeple Shepherd podcast just said the Arkells have made Hamilton home as well. So
another great band.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing how many bands have come out of that area and stuff like you said. And it still is. It's cool to know that Hamilton, my hometown, is still kicking ass in the music scene. And Tom Wilson, as Sheeple Shepherd said, just a legend. And I think if you really delved into it, I bet a lot of that, you know, moving forward from when Tom Wilson and Junkhouse were big in Hamilton, he brought a lot of people into Hamilton and the music scene. What about Monster Truck? Aren't they from Hamilton as well, if I'm not mistaken?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they are. Monster Truck is from Hamilton too. Another killer band. If you've seen Monster Truck live, you've lived, okay? Because those guys are shot out of a cannon, like more than.
I've heard they're really good live. I'm hoping they can open up the island and let them come play here sometime.
Well, it's coming, dude. I think, you know, once we all get through this madness and stuff, and it's been cool to see the amount of concerts that are going on, especially in the United States right now. It's huge here. The amount of concerts going on, like every last big name you can think of.
I heard an interview with Daniel Lanois on CBC the other day.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, it was excellent. He's another Hamilton legend.
Yeah, I think it was the Sheeple Shepherd podcast who mentioned it a little bit back in the comments. He said the Lanois brothers are legendary staples here. It's exactly what he said. I got it right here. Boom.
Look at his producing credits alone. Like the Joshua Tree, Peter Gabriel So, one of my favorite albums of all time.
Didn't he work with Shania Twain and stuff too?
Oh, he's worked with Sarah McLachlan. He's worked with everybody.
Everybody.
It's just amazing.
It's cool.
Amazing.
We could talk Hamilton music all night, but I want to delve into outside of the music realm too, because dude, you're huge into hockey and sports and stuff, and you actually had a pretty big career. You worked for the OHL for quite some time, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to do camera for the local TV station back in Mississauga when the Ice Dogs were around and the Brampton Battalion, and then I got on as a off-ice official. I used to do stats and
that's
goal
wild.
Judge, and I used to run the clock. And
it's a pretty good gig.
It was something I did on the side. I didn't get paid a lot for it, but I mean, I was going to the games anyway.
Yeah, so, I mean,
this way you get paid for it. They give you a free meal.
There you go. At the end of the day, instead of going and buying all that shit and spending all the money, which you were going to do anyway, now you
I'm doing that here.
Oh, you are?
I did last year. I was working for the Charlottetown Islanders, the Quebec Major Junior League team, which is the same as the OHL, but in the East Coast.
Oh, that's cool that you can jump into that. Well, it's a great little side project, right? You get to go see some hockey.
I'll be going back this year too. Yeah.
You get to be and they feed you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, It's fun. It's great hockey to watch, and you're seeing the future.
Yeah, man, definitely. And that's what I was going to say. So you spent a bunch of time in the OHL. How many people, like, you must have seen so many pretty cool hockey players come out of, like, the time when you were in. Like, who would be some of the top guys now that are kicking ass in the NHL?
Connor McDavid, John Tavares,
there you go.
Corey Perry, Jason Spezza was the first one.
Yeah,
I saw play in the OHL. He played in Mississauga, and he was the first big star to come out. Brad Boyes, Kadri played for the London Knights. And the Hamilton Bulldogs had Robert Thomas, who won the Cup with St. Louis 3 years ago. You see them all there first. It's just incredible.
That's cool, man. Yeah. And to watch them from then and to make it, and not only make it, but thrive. You've seen it all, so that's pretty cool. All right. Well, before we wrap up here, I got a couple of questions for you. You're such a music lover, and your music ranges from country to, some of the coolest bands in the world. Do you have a favorite, dude, or is that just a ridiculous question?
No, it's not a ridiculous question. I have a lot of favorites. I can't pinpoint one because there's this, but I actually kind of tilt towards the Canadians because I really find those highlight Canadians I like music that stands out.
Yeah.
I don't like the kind of music where everybody's doing the same kind of music, singing the same kind of way. Like, I love the hip because there is not a person on the planet that sings like Gord Downie. I like Gordon Lightfoot because nobody sounds like Gordon Lightfoot. When Neil Young opens his mouth, there is not a doubt about who that is, and nobody sounds like him. Even as Stompin' Tom. Did anyone do what Stompin' Tom was doing? Nobody.
Yeah.
Bryan Adams has a distinctive sound. Spirit of all those guys. They just seem to be doing their own thing. And you can say that.
Is there a concert that stands out to you over your entire career? Like, is there one special one or a couple that were just like, wow, I can't believe I got to experience that?
Actually, yeah. Spirit of the West did their first and only show at Massey Hall.
Wow.
And it turned out that was the last time they ever played a gig in Toronto.
Oh, no shit.
And they did a documentary about Spirit of the West. They shot some of it there about John's Alzheimer's problem, and basically it was a history of the band too, and it was centered around their big gig at Massey Hall. They were all excited to play there because they'd been around for like 30 years and never played Massey Hall.
Yeah.
And I got to be there to see that. Like, it was something to be in that building to see them play. And little did I know it was the last time I was going to see them, and the last time they'd play in Toronto.
Wow.
That was special.
Okay, can you take it easy here, bud?
And I chat online with their drummer, and he was saying that was probably the last time Johnny, the singer, could really nail it home because he was reading off an iPad because he was forgetting lyrics.
Right, almost like Gord's whole scenario.
Yeah. And he was like, that was really the last gig where he could really do it.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, amazing. So, real quick before I let you go, it's a rapid fire with Bondzee. I pick and choose who I do this with, and then I'll fire off a bunch of questions. You got to answer them as fast as you can, and let's play. You ready?
Sure, let's do her.
Bieber, yes or no?
No.
Miley Cyrus, you down with the new look?
No. Not a fan.
Beatles or Stones?
Stones, only because I've seen them live.
Nice. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
There you go, dude. Well, I agree with the last two and the first two. I love my boy Beeps, and the things I would do to Miley. I think I have a picture here. Do we have an old one, Glassy? No, I think I took it down. I did. Damn it. Anyways, bro, it's been a pleasure. Oh, they're knocking my mic. It's been a pleasure to have you. All the way from PEI, folks, and I'm in California. It's amazing how technology works, isn't it?
It truly is.
Yeah,
I might ask you to do a couple of videos I'm working on these days. I'm working on a couple of things.
Cool.
I was actually going to see if you could you and Dean could do something with me on the thing I'm trying to do.
Well, you never know. All you got to do is ask, and that's one thing
later.
I've always lived by is if you don't ask. Well, it's like Gretzky said, Mister. You should know this analogy. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So, dude, you're a breath of fresh air. I always love talking to you. Your music knowledge is next to none. Your hockey knowledge and love of sports is next to none. And you're just a fun dude. And I look forward to having you on again and playing the harmonica. Maybe we'll have you and Locke on and just have a little go at her. I'd love to see that and hear what it sounds like for sure.
And it's awesome seeing you doing what you love. It's obvious when I watch you. You're doing what you love. And it shows. It shows. And
I appreciate that.
And that's the best part. You're doing what you love, and you're making a go of it. So that makes me happy to see you doing that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Making a go for sure. We'll see how this goes. I've got a great following now. People are really loving what I'm throwing down, and I think my interviewing skills are only getting better and better. I would like to think, and it's something I really do love. I love speaking to people like you. And just the knowledge of just that different people have that I may not be so fully knowledgeable at, because I'm not the smartest cat in the world, but yeah. I've always loved your knowledge of music and the OHL stuff and all the stories that we always told you told and we talked about. So listen, thanks again for taking the time, dude, and take care out there in PEI Canada, eh?
Hope to get you out here and do some golfing one day.
Dude, I would love Cabot Hills. There's so many beautiful courses in PEI, all along the East Coast. But listen, I'll hold you to it. One day I will come out and visit old Alan.
Sounds good. I can look forward to it.
Amazing. People loved you, man. And
definitely get the harmonica out if you show up here in person.
Definitely, and I'll bring. Well, I don't have my djembe anymore, but we'll make do with something.
We need a harmonica off. Just saying, Alan. You and Locke.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. We'll do it earlier.
Definitely.
Okay, for sure.
Definitely.
We'll record it. Let's do it.
I agree.
Okay,
all right, man.
Great.
You take care up there in PEI. And again, I really appreciate you joining Bondzee Live on Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you be safe out there, mister.
Will do. You too.
Yeah, thanks, man. Take care. All right, folks. That's Alan Dalton, everybody. Such a great guy. Love him. Yeah, Mr. Joe Q Public. He's always got something to say, doesn't he, Mr. Joe Q? Love how he doesn't have the balls about his name or anything. But Mr. Joe Q is always commenting. So listen, I'm never going to complain about that. It's a watch. It's a click. It's comments. So Mr. Joe Q, not everybody shot out of a cannon like Bonzarelli. Some people are a little more calm down. They take their medicine. But the dude's a wealth of knowledge, and you don't have to be shot out of a cannon to be a great guest. I'll leave it at that, Mr. Joe Q. Woo! All right. What else we got, fellas? Let's go. Alan Dalton. Love the guy. Such a cool dude. Let's jump right into the everybody loves this new segment I got. The 70s and 80s, our favorite toys and cereals. Remember playing Sorry? I've got such a great stories about this game. Sorry. I'll tell you right now, my parents are fucking sorry that they ever bought that game for me and my two brothers. Because it would just turn into war every night. They were also sorry they had 3 kids. They should have stopped at me. I'm the oldest. I was a lovely little baby. I was such a good boy, and then they went and fucked it up. Had 2 nightmares. Anyways, my parents are sorry they ever bought that game for us. We beat the shit out of each other playing this damn thing. I don't know what it was. It was just, one of those things. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Then there is this game. Who didn't have this game kicking around? I think sometimes you had to blow the dust off it to play, but I've never been to a cottage or a friend's house on a drunken weekend. I don't care how old you were. So at one point or another, we have all busted out the game of life. And sometimes you'd be like, oh, I want 4 kids, and I hope I'm a doctor in this one, and hope I'm not a raging alcoholic and a heroin junkie. Nah, that wasn't anything. I joke. Jesus Christ, stop it already. Okay, there was one more I had. What was the other? Oh, Operation. I was terrible at this game. I don't know why, but it was just one of those things I was never good at. Some of them little holy thingies were toit. You know what I'm saying? God bless the surgeons out there that have to like legit do this on us in real life. And some of them even do come from the golf course after having a couple of pints. It's the stories are true, mister. They're out there, but they're so goddamn good. They, maybe you need them 3 sheets to the wind to perform open heart surgery on you. Oh, I really did suck at this game though, but it was one of the funniest things too. Or Fred Joe Q Public sucked at it. Oh, he's got a twitchy hand, old Joe. I know, I can see it always firing off the messages on here. Oh, well, that's it, isn't it? It's all about fun. Then there was the greatest cereals. Let's go back on it. I got a couple of beauties here. Count Chocula. I remember going there, and back in the day, it was like always. Well, you love what was the dude on Sesame Street? The Dracula dude or whatever. It'd be I love, and I always used to be I need the Count Chocula cereal. Or I'm going to throw a tantrum. And so she caved. She's like, if you do that again, I'm gonna tan your ass. But then there was the Apple Jacks, and that was one you didn't have to really put up a fight for. It's funny how kids, even to this day, and I think kids are even better at it today. It's just, how things progress through life. You take a kid into a cereal aisle or the pop and chips aisle in the candy. Those motherfuckers turn into instant lawyers. You ever notice that? They're like, Mom, I just have come to the realization that after the conversation with me and my brothers, we have determined that through the sale price and the fact that it's a little bit of a low sugar candy, Mom, we just need to get that. Please, Mom, Mommy, Mama, Mom. And she's like, Doc, just shut the fuck up. Okay, I'll put the fucking candy in the cart. And you always get your mom, she's going like this. Because she don't want to make a scene in the store. Old Sarge was the best at this. You always do the breath under the voice. Just put the fucking thing in the cart. All right? Yes. I'm gonna call you. Wait till we get home. Wait till your father gets home. Remember that one? If you heard that one, by golly gee, I don't know about your house, but in my household, if you heard to wait till your father gets home, you done fucked up. And you and your brother's like, okay, how can we fix this with Mom? I got $1. My other brother said like 10 cents. We're like, well, that's not going to get us flowers. That's not going to get us out of, you wait till your father gets home. I don't even know where I come up with this stuff. Oh yeah, and then there's this one, of course, dude. And this one was easy to buy too, because I remember my fondest memory and my first ever drive-in movie. My parents had a big old blue station wagon. Thing was the size of a fucking boat. You know what I mean? We all had to, or maybe you're not all of us, but this thing had like you could fit 8 people in the front seat. It had that big old bench seat, and you could fit 8 more in the back seat. And then there was like room for a whole fucking another boatload in the very, very back. And then the window rolled down, and you'd sit there facing backwards with the backwards seats. Remember those in the car? Man, I remember back in the days, you could run around the cars, and when you were little, you'd run around the thing. You'd hop over the seat. You'd be like dive bombing. Dad'd be driving. Boys, settle down back there. Cripes, I'm trying to drive. And you'd be like dive bombing from the back to the front with a full knuckles to the face of your little brother, with another little knuckle to the face of your other brother with the double whammy. Shut up. Kid, shut up. Put your seatbelt on. I didn't have them back. Like, you didn't even need seatbelts back then. It was just our playground. I remember driving to Florida. My parents had a minivan. That thing was like a ginormous playground. You all just, the only thing was you see a state trooper, you just dive bomb to the ground. My dad be like, trooper. That me and my two brothers, we had that shit down pat. Oh man, I don't even know where I come up with this stuff. ET cereal was not nasty. Andy Safaris, how dare you? Former producer, former friend. I joke. You're not my former friend. I still love you, you malaka fucker. Oh, and condolences to my boy here. All jokes aside, I do, because I loved her too, man. She was a wonderful woman. I'm very, very sorry for your loss. We'll leave it at that. It's between us. But thanks for watching the show. It's nice to see your little malaka face pop up on the show again. Almond crisp rocks. What is wrong with you, Wade? Is that something like Edmontonians do or something? Almond crisp. Remember that?
I'm with Wade on that one.
Yeah, well, because you're from the areas, if you will. But like, is it really that different? Like, did you guys have different cereals in BC and Alberta compared to the Torontonians or the Ontarians? Like, really? Because I don't remember this.
Wade just pays less tax. We don't here in BC. We pay as much as you do.
Wade's all about paying less tax.
Yes,
for sure. Mr. T cereal. Well, listen, Mr. Safaris, he's all jumping ahead now. This is a new segment, okay? And I'm killing it here. I've wasted so much time.
Cereal. What?
And I'm going to get this. Oh, there's a plethora more I've got lined up, Mister. This segment is not going anywhere. We have so many more games. We have so many more cereals to talk about, and it's a big hit. Everybody loves it. They love it. ET cereal. Can you remember how fucking young did you have to be to have ET cereal? And I was going to say that was your golden ticket cereal, because everybody, I was saying, it was my first drive-through movie, and your mom will never forget that with her sons. You know, I went to that ET movie I did back in the day with me little lads, and I remember they were good little boys. And so then when the ET shit popped up everywhere, you could if it was ET t-shirt, ET cereal. Mom, I want ET cereal. Okay, son, that's all right. We'll get some ET stuff, because it just brought back that awesome memories for her. You know what I mean? It was and it was gold. I had to work for.
Yeah, we were talking about this off air, not you and I, but a different person, Count Chocula. And I said better soaked in milk, and he was like, well, chocolate milk is kind of the way to go. But Count Chocula gets my vote.
Well, it turned into chocolate milk at the end.
What does Wilford Brimley say? Diabetes.
That was back when I could have white milk, and the Count Chocula would turn into chocolate milk. And I remember you'd pound the cereal, you know, rah, 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 rah. And then the best part was that ginormous, beautiful bowl of brown milk
sludge at the bottom,
you know, and you just fuck the spoon, dude. You know what you would do? You'd have a couple spoonfuls, and you're like, yeah, and then you'd be like, and chuck the whole bowl back down your gullet. All right,
Joe, there actually might be cannabis cereal. I'm sure. I haven't talked to Mark Emery, but he's kind of a prick, so I won't.
Yeah,
there might be cannabis cereal around.
All right, listen.
How about this guy? So, grip what I did this afternoon. Unstuck this guy. His name is Matt. He went down to the river with his lovely girlfriend and father-in-law and got himself quite a little predicament there, if you will.
He sure did.
Yeah. And
I mean, listen, I know the kid's probably younger and stuff, and he wanted to impress his lady and his lady's dad, and you know he's doing all the right things, you know. But god damn it, son, you got to at least have some. He didn't even have a tow rope, from what I kind of nothing. Yeah. And like when you're going through stuff like that, you need to be better prepared.
Matt, really this is a life lesson, because I told you, Trippin With Bondzee tonight, YouTube, check it out. And hopefully you're watching, or hopefully at least checking it out on the podcast. This was the second photo after we yanked him the third time. And like, look at his tires. They're slick. Matt, buy new tires. Buy new tires, buddy. Buy new tires.
Yeah, right.
After
you're gonna go mudding, how about we try some mudding tires?
Yeah,
I'm no mudder expert, but
we all got him out, but this was the end result was a broken taillight. Yeah. How about this one? Bondzee, naked woman drove golf cart through a standoff with armed suspect. I believe it was in Florida, but I'm not sure. It was in Florida. It was in Dunedin. Is that the one? No, there we go. Dunedin. They were in the middle of a tense standoff with an armed man on the roof of a home. They said a naked woman who drove through the scene on a golf cart made the situation even more dangerous for law enforcement. They were setting up a perimeter. After the dude fired a gun at people in the area, ran from deputies, climbed onto the roof of the house, pointing at the firearm at them. It was the beginning of a SWAT standoff that lasted 6 hours, and she was second paragraph. According to the affidavit, Smith had a distinct odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from her person, and she was completely naked.
You're kidding me. Alcohol was involved?
Yeah. Look at the bags. She hasn't slept in months.
Wow, that's a hot mess right there, isn't it?
Meth is a hard drug.
I might have a chance. Maybe my non-sexual streak could come to an end with old Jessica Smith. Boy, you really hit rock bottom, Bondzee. When you're looking for Jessica Smith.
This is where the rest of the world's going. Yeah, beat it. Get it.
Yeah, right. People Shepherd says, Bondzee, did you grow up in the Hammer? Certainly did, mister. Born and raised the West End. Went to Dalewood Middle School and then went to Westdale High School. Best high school ever, by the way. The Westdale Warriors. Big shout out to all the folks watching that were our Warriors. Had a great time growing up in the old Hammer. Left as soon as I graduated high school. Moved directly to Banff, Alberta, and worked at the Banff Springs Hotel right upon graduating from high school. Best 2 years of my life, by the way.
Did you see Wade? She'll be running for Congress the moment she's released from prison. Nothing better than that.
Don't they all?
And Joe, you're trolling.
Good on him.
She'll go for $40.
Public has a bit of a sense of humor. I like him. He's like, yeah. Well, you know what? The best, I can't fault my boy Joe Q here because he watches and pays attention. So I love that comment. Good for you,
everybody. Joe Q. Stream, subscribe, everything.
All right. Well, I was going to get into, dude, I have so much more, but
what's the dog?
Do you have the? Oh, show me. You got the dog of that video hightailing it down the football field. It is football season tomorrow. Bum, 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 dum, 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 dum.
Who's winning the Super Bowl, Bondzee?
You know what? I love my Green Bay Packers. I love Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to mail it in like he probably wants to because he hates them. I sadly don't see my Packers winning. Listen, they're the real deal, and it's no joke. And guess what? The entire team is still together from last year. Yep. My boy Tom Brady and the Gronk.
Back. Yep.
I goddamn love. I just, you know what? I was never a huge New England Patriots fan. Mm-hmm. I was never. I didn't. I loved watching those two play. They're fun, dude. And all these people that hate.
Well, they make football fun. That's the best part of the bunch, right?
They did. Like
they make the sport fun.
Tom is so bloody good. He looks like the biggest nerd. Like he looks like he should have been in the movie Revenge of the Nerds with his little pocket protector and everything. Nope. The dude didn't even get drafted in the first round, I don't think. I think it was like round 86 in the NFL.
You're right.
6 Super Bowls, by the way. Or is it 7 now? 7? And listen, I really, really think that there is a high possibility. Now, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are there, but I think Tampa Bay has another hell of a shot at winning this year.
I really think Patrick Mahomes has taken the MVP. I don't think he's winning a lot, but I do think he will probably take the MVP because he is that dynamic of a player. But NFC West, I mean, we're in the Seahawks. Look at this. I got this off an Australian buddy of mine. It's wicked.
I hope you didn't pay much for it.
Helmet. Can you see that? Yeah. It says not intended for personal use or something like that. Don't wear this while playing football.
I hope it was free.
Yeah, it was.
My boy Jackson here. I gotta, because I love this guy so much, and I miss him. I miss his family. They took me in. It's a long story, but man, oh man, this guy is my brother. Like I literally like my little bro. But the respect and the love I have for this man is unbelievable. He's come so far, and he's kicking ass. Anyways, he makes a joke about my golf club.
Left-handed irons.
Are you still playing with those despicable Adams left-handed irons?
Are you left-handed?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so am I.
And you know what? You know what, Jackson? You could suck it because yes, I am. And you know what? I'm fucking well. Up until 2 weeks ago, before I got disabled from the COVID vaccination, right. I was playing the best golf of my life, dude. Still with those irons. I've had them for like, I think, 12 or 13 years now. We're going on. But that Speed Adams driver I was using, Jackson, just busted about a month ago or 2 months ago. Is devastating. Anyways, yes, I still have those irons. I'm still playing them, and I'm still shooting. Listen, I shoot consistent mid-80s, low 80s for playing twice a week. So
I like that. You
suck it making fun of my irons, you son of a bitch. I love the guy to death. I can say that, but and he's just busting my balls because he knows. Anyways, folks, I have so much more to say. I can't fucking sit here anymore. I struggled through Dean's show today. I'm struggling through my own to get through this. I need to be this way instead of this way because the pain is real, folks. Fast as I've never seen a dog run faster. Play it again, bro.
Oh, please. Yeah, one more time. 1 sec. Yep.
I love that video so much. That dog just flies down the field. It's like Malacca chasing sheep.
How about wow?
Sorry, Andy. I couldn't help it. My boy, my old producer, bless his soul, he's Greek. He likes the sheep, you know.
Your old producer.
So I pictured there that looked like Andy running down the field. Oh, gotta get me a sheep. I just lost all my Greek fans.
Wade says
I'm not making fun of any other Greeks. I'm just making fun of Andy.
They clocked their Australian Shepherd
28 miles per hour. Wow. Dude, that's some serious speed. Anyways, that dog ran down there faster. There's a bunch of NFL and CFL teams that could use that dog. And he caught it inbounds and just got his little itty bitty paws in there too, right at the end. It was awesome.
Do one more time.
Watch the catch inbounds, by the way. Boom! Nails. Glassy, do you have the video of everybody singing Metallica?
I do.
Yep. Yeah, can you rock that for me, please?
I can. Hold on 1 sec here.
This video is something special, folks. Crank it up. Turn your volume up wherever you are. This is cool.
Sorry, it's so small.
You got to turn the volume on, though, bro. Sometimes I wonder why I have a producer. Hello, you, sir. You have to turn on the volume for this video.
I did.
Oh, I don't hear shit.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Folks, it's tough to find hard help. Currently accepting applications at bondzielive.com for a new producer that knows how to turn the volume on. I joke. Look at him going through it. Oh, shit.
I am. I'm trying to figure out why the audio is
Look at how red his face is, everybody. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed right now.
Come on, dude. Just hit the volume button. It's easy. Go. Ready.
I did the volume button.
3, 2.
Yeah, we play that. No volume?
Maybe I shouldn't send the videos to the producer anymore. Guess that was a fail, folks. Okay, well, thanks for joining the show. That's it. That's all.
Wow.
Oh, way to go. Okay,
Shut up, Lassie. Get off the stage.
There we go. Wade is probably just,
Lord.
He's been eating almond crisp and beer. Yeah, no doubt, dude. Andy Safaris, you only have one good producer. Yeah, for a hot second, and then the guy is too busy fucking sheep, and he just disappears and is gone forever. It's tough to find good help. Sheep fuckers are hard to come by, you know?
Wow.
All right, well, that's it. Folks, listen, the NFL starts tomorrow. Listen, I'm in a bunch of fantasy pools. I'm sure you all are. There's nothing better than NFL football. You bet with your friends. Sometimes it's a friendly bet. Sometimes you'll chuck a case of beer or whatever. Maybe a wife's or girlfriend's thrown in there. Who knows? I bet you that my wife will give you a blowjob if my Dallas Cowboys don't beat your Tampa Bay Buccaneers tomorrow night. Pardon? That's some hell of a bet. That's in the swingers round betting club. Me, I just stick to, I pay $25. I get 2 picks. I've been in the same pool for, God, gotta be 10 years now, I think. And I've come so close to winning. It's with thousands of people. And the grand prize is like, it's ridiculous amounts of money. Anyways, it's a fun time. And it's just, there's nothing better than NFL football season. There's just so many fun betting experiences. I'm not even a big gambler, but I just love, it's fun to even throw $5. Oh, I bet $5 the Packers will win this weekend, or, you bet with your buddies. Any loser Cowboy fans out there, I am currently taking bets that Tampa Bay will win tomorrow. No odds. You're just going to lose. I love Dallas Cowboy fans. They're so angry. As they should be. The guy what's his name, Jones, he got so much money and he still sits there and walks up and down the sidelines like 90 years old, and he's just like, I got more money than you. I got more money than you. Oh, my team sucks, but look at the fans. This place is packed. It's like the Maple Leafs. They don't give a shit. Neither does Jerry Jones. He's like, look at this place. Built a huge brand new stadium. This place is awesome. I love it. Got my private rooms. Fans are packed. And his team still sucks. Typical Andy. Of course, Andy's a Dallas fan. That's why he got right into this. Poor Malacca. Anyways, his team, I have to give him credit, and it pains me, but Malacca's team did go to the Stanley Cup Finals, the Montreal Canadiens. It just even hurt saying that the Montreal Canadiens went to the Stanley Cup Final. Hurts. But it hurts for a second, because guess what? They got fucking dusted. Wasn't even close. Embarrassing. 4-1. Bye. Thanks for coming. See ya. You suck. All right, that's it. I can't make fun of my poor Malacca buddy anymore. I love the kid to death. That's it. That's all. I hope my Packers do great this season. I hope you win money betting this season. I really do. I hope you and you too win some money from betting, whether it's from your friend, even if it's not money, even if it's a blowjob from his wife or his girlfriend, or a case of beer, maybe a nice bottle of Pink Whitney, if you will. Who knows? But just have fun doing it and be safe, okay? And if you're going to get a blowjob or a bang to your buddy's wife or girlfriend because you want to bet, wrap it up. Thank you. Okay? That's it. That's all. Bondzee Live on Trippin With Bondzee on the Dean Blundell Network. Have a great, what are we? Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. Friday. Trying to think of who the guest is Friday. I can't remember, but enjoy football tomorrow. Enjoy the Jays. How about the Jays? Just keep going, kicking some ass. Got my Jay swag on tonight. Been loving watching them dust the Yankees the past couple nights. That's been great. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching the show tonight. I don't care where you're watching from, whether it's Nicaragua, Florida, anywhere in the States, anywhere in Canada. You guys are absolutely the best. I cannot thank my special guest tonight, Lachlan Cross, for joining us for a hot minute from 95.7 Cruise FM. Folks, I don't even care if you don't live in Edmonton. You don't. The beauty of the intraweb these days, do yourself a favor. Radio shows out there in the morning. I really have. This ain't one of them. So go on the little interweb, type in 95.7 Cruise FM for the morning show, and be entertained. Lachlan Cross, his little midget buddy, James P. White, and the other fella who I don't know. But thanks for Locke and his little harmonica mouth flute solo, if you will. Alan Dalton, love the guy. And he is a calm, cool, collective mofo, isn't he? Just sat there all polite, like nice and quiet, minded his P's and Q's. Let me interrupt him a million times because it's kind of what I do sometimes. I talk a lot. What do you want?
I do have the Metallica video with audio now.
Dude, I'm going to give you one shot. If you play it once more on my show and there's no volume, this is the last we'll see of Sean Glassy on Bondzee Live.
Okay, hold on a second.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But there better be volume. Entire stadium in unison. And then they all give themselves some kudos too. God, I love that video. It just, the first time when I played it 5 minutes ago, it was like chilling. I mean, I got goosebumps, and now it was kind of lost, but that's okay.
Oh, Tom Petty does another one too. If you go on YouTube, type in just after he passed away, Tom Petty at Gator Stadium in Florida. They played "Won't Back Down."
Oh, "Won't Back Down." I remember that.
The whole arena, or the whole stadium just went nuts. It was
Maybe we'll line that up for next show with some volume, won't we?
Also, got to throw in a quick correction. You didn't remember the other person on the locker room. It was Grant Johnson. So
Grant Johnson, thank you very much.
Yep.
Yeah,
right.
Perfect.
Good night. Cheers.
Thank you, buddy. That's Glassy, my new producer. Guy does a good job. He works hard. I love him. I love to bust his balls, too. It's what I do. My lockup producer knew. Who else? I had a couple other plugs along the way. You take care of yourself, folks. It's Bondzee Live on Trippin With Bondzee and on the Dean Blundell Network. It's Wednesday night. You take care, and I'll see you Friday. Bye.